Words of affirmation, I'm an only child and a comedian. Yeah, I'm gonna need the words of affirmation, okay? Hey y'all, I'm Amanda Seals, and this is my Women's Health Body Scan. So at this point, I've really decided I just don't want to wear foundation anymore. I'm just over it. Some might say, oh, is it because you realize that it's not good for your skin and you want to let your pores breathe? And like, yeah, but also I just don't like having to get up that much earlier for where I'm going to put on the makeup to hide how tired I am from getting up this early for where I'm going. I would say the part of the body that I like working out the most is, honestly, I like full body stuff. So like I love swimming. That's my favorite kind of workout. And I don't really like working out, so that's also like a really effective, efficient way to get in there, do what needs to be done, but do it in a way that also feels like enjoyable. And I know that at the end of the day, the endorphins, man, every time you work out after, you're like, oh, that's why we do it. Got it. I can still do a handstand. Like I haven't reached the full part of aging where like I'm not sure what my body's gonna do. It surprises me ever so often. Did I throw my back out getting a massage the other day? Yes. What the hell is that? I feel like I love that my body has somehow managed to retain its gymnast flexibility, and that makes me feel young. I was a gymnast. I was training for level 10 and I got stress fractures in this wrist, and so I had to get a cast, and then right after I healed from this wrist, I had stress fractures in this wrist and I had to have a cast here. So I've literally had 2 broken wrists, and I feel like that's pretty serious. Gymnastics was really my obsession for a good 6 years of my life. I really feel like when I was in gymnastics, for me, it changed me as a person in the best way. Like I got discipline, I got camaraderie with my gymnast teammates, and I got an awareness about my body and the ability of my body to do things. I think that's what us gymnasts like love so much, is that we're defying gravity on such a regular basis, and we're just able to make our bodies do these things that most people would consider to be like superwoman stuff. You're getting a healthy dose of victories and fails on a daily basis. I mean, it's really a training ground for life. I have several tattoos. I have a tattoo here that says "Que Colegio," so it means Braveheart in French. That's because my mom and my partner call me Braveheart because I'm basically fearless, except for heights. We don't do that. I have a tattoo of the Egyptian goddess of truth and justice, Ma'at, on this wrist. On this wrist, I have a tattoo of the Jedi symbol, but it's like not at the level that the tattoo's supposed to be, and I've just never found the tattoo artist that I need to like step it up, because it was definitely done like janky. And I don't talk to that tattoo artist anymore. I have a tattoo of the nutmeg on my ankle because my family is from Grenada. The nutmeg is on our flag and it's our country symbol. And then on my left foot, I have a machete, or as we say in the Caribbean, a cutlass, because I always cut through the bullshit. Slice, slice, slice. And then the coup de grace. On my back, I have a tramp stamp. I'm a living relic of the 90s. It is not only a tramp stamp, but it also features a tribal element. At least it's not a Chinese symbol that means something that is not what I was told. But it says Diva, because that was my nickname. And I distinctly remember coming home from the tattoo parlor, looking at it in the mirror, my mom walking in the bathroom and saying, "That is so stupid." And we've never talked about it since. A part of my body that I've grown to love, I think love is a strong word, but I've grown to appreciate my feet. In high school, I overheard 2 boys that I liked talking, and they were like, "Amanda got caveman feet." And y'all, that set me off on a 2-year situation where I just hated my feet. And like, even though I got past that and I would wear a peak toe again, it still was like I didn't like my feet. I have flat feet. I've got a bunion that's like trying to make an appearance. I feel like over time though, I've come to appreciate that these are just my feet. You gonna get these feet. The last time I was injured was when I was doing a shoot with Cardi B, and I sprained my ankle, and it was 4 days after turning 40. And I was like, really? And I was doing something that I was completely capable of doing, but I just like wasn't being watchful. I was too casual for 40. And I sprained my ankle, but I still pushed myself to do the flip for the take, because I'm a professional. And then they didn't use the flip for the take, and I'm still mad about it. When I'm really trying to cleanse the palate and get back on like a healthy road, because I feel like sometimes we derail, and then it's like, all right, how do we get this back on course? It's always with fresh fruit smoothie and me making it myself, like me making it my business to go to the grocery store and pick out, okay, I'm gonna put guava in this, I'm gonna put orange juice in this, I'm gonna really try to be a part of this, not just ordering it, but actually making it. And I think part of that is the thing, because it's like I'm choosing the healthy option and I'm also like empowering myself to make it. And then I'll do that for like a week. So I'll just make a really like big amount in the blender and I'll just keep that blender in. And then I've started adding things like athletic greens powder to it, or I'll add manuka honey, or I'll add sea moss to it. That's really the thing that I feel like makes me feel like, okay, I'm resetting my digestive system and I'm getting back into a healthy state of mind. And then I ruin it with night cheese. So there's that. Love languages, I think, are very real. And I think some people have like very specific ones, and then some it's kind of like across the board. I'm a Cancer, so I'm more of an across the board kind of gal. I love a good gift. And when I say good gift, I mean thoughtful. I don't mean expensive. For me, it's like, have you been listening? Have you been paying attention? I'm also an affection type of gal. Like I need like physical touch. Quality time is great, but I don't need a high quantity. I need an intense quality of the time. We can watch a movie together and I'm good. You know, some people need you there all the time. And I feel like I'm busy enough to where that's not something that makes me feel affirmed. And then there's the words, right? Words of affirmation. I'm an only child and a comedian. Yeah, I'm gonna need the words of affirmation. Okay? I don't need them every day, all the time. And you may not even be the one to start it, but if I say, we're best friends, right? You're gonna be like, yes, babe, we are. Great. Every Black woman has an entire hair journey that this video cannot handle. The bullet points is that for a long time, I had really curly hair that me and my mom just couldn't figure out. Honestly, there was this push within society that said that it needed to be straight. And so there was just this thing where you're like trying to figure out how to straighten this hair, and you're using hair dryers with the comb on the end and serums and pink lotion and all type of madness, jam. The Black girls watching know what I'm talking about. And you're trying to like figure all this out. I would love to tell you that what happened was I had an awakening and I understood the connection to my heritage in the motherland. But what actually happened was someone I had a crush on said, "Ooh, I like your hair curly." And that unfortunately is patriarchy. But that's really how the curly hair started. Like I didn't get my hair done one weekend, and so I had to just wear it how it was. And Kenyon was like, "Oh, I like your hair." What? Case closed. I have curly hair now. And then when I turned 30, someone was like, "You should go blonde." So then I started dyeing my hair blonde, and it was this whole thing, and it was like, "Oh, we're gonna give you a blonde halo and it brightens your face up." And so I really lived that life for a long time. One point I got my hair done and they had used too much heat on my hair, so I lost my curl and had to rock a beach wave for a year. We love a beach wave, but you know, on Laguna. I'm not doing that by choice. But we grew it out, and around top of 2020, I went through a nervous breakdown. I mean, that had nothing to do with the hair, but I think on the other side of it, I just realized like I'm putting my energy into spaces that I don't really need to, and I need to get as much of my energy back as possible. And if that means that I'm gonna not have to keep dyeing my hair, and if that means I'm not gonna be worrying about the glam of my hair, then that's what we're gonna do. And so when I was on The Real, you saw that I went from all of these like slick down extension hairstyles to rocking an afro, because I realized I just wanted things to be easier in every part of my life, and I started with my hair. So now we're just keeping it brunette. We throw in a Senegalese twist ever so often just to keep it growing and a protective style. But ultimately, I'm at the soft woman phase of my life. So everything is about how can we do this as easily as possible. The regimen has become water, a lot of it, less dairy. I say less because it shouldn't be any, but like, the manchego cheese, I can't give us free. Like, I can't let it go. I really have been getting better at a night regimen and using the toner and then putting on, I love Origin's Drink Up Overnight Mask. And I also have been acting as if I am an old white woman and using a lot of L'Occitane Provence. I feel like white women don't really do the best at aging, and so the French are probably really good at the reversal of that. That's my logic. I've been lucky to been feeding off like wrinkles and gray hair this long, and I'm like, don't get gassed, get focused. There's always the question of how do you care for your mental health, and I think like no one really, we're all managing our mental health. I don't know if we're really caring for it, but we're managing it. I was talking to my therapist. That's one of the ways that I deal with my mental health. I went through a very traumatic experience recently, and I was telling my therapist that I was kind of concerned that I wasn't like in pieces on the floor, you know? It wasn't that I didn't feel it. It wasn't that I haven't been affected by it. I'm wondering, am I being avoidant? Am I being disconnected? Like, am I not dealing with this? And she was like, you know, Amanda, when you are not able to function because of something, that means you're not dealing with it. It's dealing with you. She was like, you're not someone who runs from things. You're not someone who hides from things. You are absolutely consciously aware of what's taking place. You're just at a point in your life where you have learned how to manage things in a fashion that doesn't create dysfunctionality. You're talking to me because you're managing the thing. And I was like, oh, growth. At the end of the day, the work that I'm in is PR, not ER. And that perspective is very helpful to your mental health. You know, this whole life thing is a journey, just like the scan that we took from head to toe was a journey. But I'm glad y'all handled this interview, and I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I hope you did, because I did. And we are here at Women's Health. This has been Body Scan, and I am Amanda Seals. Is this when I do the handstand?